Okay, so I just am about to put out my second novel this year. Pretty soon here. I'm actually currently working on chapter 8 of that novel. So this is my book that I use to keep track of my ideas right now. So I do have it marked with what book is where. 'Cause I don't write the actual books in here, I just write like my ideas basically. And yes, I do have a video of me binding this book. I just have to edit it down, but I don't have the storage to do so yeah. Alright, so, wait, oops, that's Kingdom Persuasion. Okay. So this is what it looks like. So the title of my next book is Letters Left Unsent, and most of the book, that title is going to seem confusing because you're going to be sitting there reading through it like, where's these letters? But basically the letters get written throughout the book, not just in one piece. And the first letter is in chapter 2, I believe. Chapter 4 is the first letter. So I'm gonna read you guys my basic plot points. I don't want to mess everything up completely for you guys, like completely ruin the plot and everything. So my main character's name is Ashley, by the way. Ashley is attending her high school graduation. She's waiting for longtime crush to show. He never does. Then he promises to show for her grad party. No. Tries to stop her from going to college. She finds out he has multiple lovers at the college. Drops out of school, plus starts new. To start fresh. And she starts writing her unsent letters. Eventually, she meets someone new. Then to close out that chapter of her life, Ashley drops off all the unsent letters off at her friend's and Braden's doorstep, closing out that chapter and ending the book. So the main characters as of right now is Ashley Bears, Braden Farr, and there's a new love interest, and then there's her best friend Marie, and there's her other best friend McKenna, and then there's May, her goddaughter, and then there's both of her parents. Those are the main characters right now. So I have everything listed by chapter. I'm not gonna like read you, oh, this is happening in chapter 1. This is what happens in chapter 2. This is what happens in chapter 3, chapter 4, chapter 5, chapter 6, chapter 7, chapter 8, which 8's what I'm about to write right now. So I'll show you guys like from far where you guys can't really see much as to what that says. So chapter 7 is not really gonna ruin anything for you guys if I tell you guys my basic plot. So basically, I have a reminder to myself about an idea I have for my next book that has to, I'm not gonna say what kind of book that has to do with this one right here. Well, not this, but like to do with letters unsent, or left unsent. But basically, there's going to be some drama between a friend of hers and her. There's going to be a party. There's going to be an event. Then chapter 8 is going to be some holidays. That's how I'll put that one. So yeah, that's how I strategize my writing. I just write all of my stuff down. Like, I want this to happen in chapter 1. I want this to happen in chapter 2. I want this to happen in chapter 3. I want this to happen in chapter 4. I want this to happen in chapter 5, 6, 7, 8, 90, you know? And my goal is, even though I know this is not a typical writer goal, because I know typically writers like to have between 5,000 and 10,000 words per chapter, but I'm not at that point yet. So I like to have at least 1,000 to 1,500 words per chapter. And my last one, I just had 2,300. So I was actually pretty proud of myself, because I jam-packed like a lot of information over like a week of content into, not like a week my time, but like a week of the book's time. I mean, it's not gonna like kill me to tell you guys like that span. So basically it starts in like mid to late October to the end of October. So like it starts right around the 26th, and you get information going all the way to the 31st of October. And like it details a lot about every single moment of that month, because of basically what this book is it's a memoir about my life, but portrayed by characters and with a different timeline, so I can't get sued. So like people I've been involved with, their names are changed. The year is changed, so they can't say, oh, well, I was there in 2021, so it's 2011. Oh, I was there in 2022, so it's 2012. So it's all basically taking place within a decent time span, where a lot of the details can be the same, but they're not completely the same. Or like Brayden, for example, that's not the real person's name. The real person's name is beep. No, I'm not gonna say the real person's name. Marie is actually my best friend's middle name. My writer name is Madison, and my other best friend, her real name is Maddie, so I have her down as McKenna, because I already took Madison, which would be the next closest thing to it. And then my goddaughter's middle name is May, and we always call her May anyway, so it's perfect for the book. And some family members of mine, their names have been changed. Of course, like grandparents, when I say my grandma or my grandpa, I'm kind of can't get away with not saying that. Or like friends of mine, the one I don't want to really name right now, that's like a male friend of mine that we're getting along really well, and one of the things is about his ex-girlfriend in there, so I don't really want to name him. But he's August in the book. And it was some stuff I hid from him for like months and just told him tonight. Then there's flashbacks of some details that it was stuff that really happened to me, but like places and stuff were renamed. Some details were left out, so it's not blatantly telling you guys the whole thing. So, for example, there's a scene in the book where Ashley hangs out with Brayden, and they go to a place, and it was a similar place to where we're supposed to go in real life, but I renamed the place, made it kind of a different concept. And then the place we actually went to, I renamed it, but basically it's the same, comes across the same. And then I left out one detail from that night, but the most important ones I left in there. Or my fight with Brayden, I left in all the important details. I didn't go into some of the lesser important details. So yeah.